Hey everyone, my name is Derriante Jones. In my previous AWS project, I manually deployed secure cloud infrastructure using the AWS console. In this project, I'm taking that a step further by using Terraform to automate AWS infrastructure deployment through infrastructure as code. I'll be provisioning resources such as a VPC, subnet, security group, route table, and an EC2 instance entirely through code. I'm starting with a clean Terraform project structure, so the infrastructure is modular, maintainable, and easy to understand. The provider configuration tells Terraform which cloud provider to interact with. In this case, I'm using AWS in the US 1 region. As you can see here, region equals US East 1. Alright, so variables help reduce hard-coded values and make the infrastructure reusable across environments. The main Terraform file defines the AWS resources being deployed. This includes a VPC for network isolation, a public subnet for internet-facing resources, an internet gateway for connectivity, route tables for traffic routing, a security group for access control, and an EC2 instance for compute. Outputs allow Terraform to display important resource information after deployment, such as resource IDs and the EC2 public IP. Terraform init initializes the working directory and downloads the required provider plugins. Next, I'm formatting and validating the configuration. This helps catch syntax issues before deploying anything into AWS. Terraform plan previews the infrastructure changes before deployment. This gives me a chance to review what will be created before applying anything in AWS. Alright, so I figured out what was going on. Terraform validation caught a formatting issue in my configuration before deployment, which demonstrates why validation is important in infrastructure as code workflows. Okay, so after updating the configuration, Terraform is asking me to initialize the AWS provider again. So I'm rerunning Terraform init before planning the deployment. So let's try this again. All right, cool. So now, as we can see, success, the configuration is valid. That's what we want to see. All right, plan 8 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Got our EC2, subnet, VPC. Okay. Now I'm using Terraform plan to preview the infrastructure changes before deployment. That gives me a safe review step so I can verify what Terraform intends to create before applying changes in AWS. So that's what this is showing us right here. All right, so Terraform plan successfully validated the infrastructure and shows that 8 AWS resources will be created. This preview step is important because it allows engineers to review changes before deployment. All right, so this is the moment. We're gonna go on ahead and apply. Okay, do you want to perform these actions? Yes. Creating a VPC, there we go. So exciting. All right, so now I'm using Terraform apply to provision the AWS infrastructure defined in code. This will automatically create all required resources in AWS without manual configuration. Apply complete, resources 8 added, 0 changed, 0 destroyed. All right, great. That's what I want to see. Okay, so when I ran Terraform applied the second time, Terraform detected no changes because the deployment infrastructure already matched the configuration. This demonstrates Terraform's state management and idempotent behavior. So it's going to do that every time because it matches, which is good. All right, so now we're going to go in here and check everything. All right, boom. Here we go right here. Terraform AWS VPC. That's what we want. All right, let's check the subnet. Yep, Terraform AWS Infrastructure public. All right, let's check the security groups. Yep, Terraform AWS Infrastructure. That's what we want. And last but not least, EC2 instance, Terraform AWS. Nice. So everything was a success and we're ready to go. One major advantage of infrastructure as code is the ability to cleanly deprovision resources when they're no longer needed, which helps reduce costs and prevent infrastructure sprawl. No need to be wasting money, right? So what we're gonna do, Terraform destroy. Do you really want to destroy all resources? Yes. Destroy complete. Resources 8 destroyed. That's what I want to see. Thank you for watching this video. It may have been a little rough. I did have some troubleshooting that needed to be done, but the job got done and I learned some things. So I appreciate y'all for watching this video. I'm going to continue to learn and grow with Terraform and AWS, and yeah, appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next video. Thanks.